All right, so I think now I would like you guys to try to follow what I'm doing here. Um, as I said, our goal today, um, yeah, our goal today is that every one of you should be able to log into Tiber AI Cloud, be able to launch Notepad, no Jupyter notebooks, and also run the examples from our GitHub repo.
So I get an error trying to enter that coupon code too. It says coupon can be redeemed only by a standard customer.
Um, when you sign up, did you choose standard or you forgot?
Uh, I don't know, when I look at my account, it says my tier is standard.
Okay, so that should work. Um,
Is that the coupon starting with the Y?
Yeah, it is.
Anybody else had the same issue?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
We had that issue online, and if you, instead of clicking upgrade your account, if you click cloud credits, then it works.
This is in reference to Hugging Face, right?
Um, Tiber. So we're starting with
Oh,
Tiber. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So the question was about the coupon code I just sent out.
We're
It's in like your profile thing, it's right under upgrade account.
okay.
Yeah. So for those who had issue redeem the coupon, it's not critical because without the coupon, you still be able to launch the Notepad. The coupon just give you guys a higher priority in terms of getting resources. So it's should not be a roadblock for you guys if you have troubles. But we will help you sort it out later. So Sage, my student, he's online and he will be able to help you later for the coupon. So I want to make sure that everybody is on this page with me. Oh, I think folks online, can you see my screen?
Yep.
The Tiber Cloud page, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. So let's navigate on the left side and click Learning, then click Notebooks. So you should see this new web page here. So you will see that there are available notebooks you can try. So there's a whole list of it, and even have this a few examples from AI with Max series GPUs. But just to make sure that you get to the right place, don't click any of these tabs below. Instead, click this Connect Now GPU. So you'll see this launching notebook and just click this launch. Yeah, sometimes, actually most of the times you'll be asked to enter your email again. So if everything's working, so you see this message, your server is starting up, then progress bar quickly flash, and then you are here. If this is the first time log on like launching a notepad, you will see different, slightly different page. You'll probably see something like this because I had those two tabs open before, so that was the ones I saw. But you should see this as your first page, right? Okay, so this is where you can open different notebooks as a starting point, or you can do other things. And I want to show you on the left side, this kind of navigation window. It's like a file, shows you the file structure. So this folder is your home directory, indicated as this /. So these are the folders in your home directory. You will see different things from mine because I had a lot more things running. And you probably see some files, not necessarily these exact files, but you see this list of files and folders on the left side. And then when you have a notebook like this, I can double click, then this notebook will open on this side. But I will not do that for now. Instead, I want you to click this terminal. So it's basically the very bottom of this tab, this starting tab, like that. So that will open this terminal. And this terminal 1 or terminal 2 doesn't matter. This terminal gives you a command line. You can put in command. So first I want you to do this command, ls space -l. So by the way, this is a typical Linux terminal that you can interact using these commands. So what I did just now, the ls space -l is to show all the files and folders at this current directory, so which is my home directory. So you'll see a bunch of these. So first thing I want you to do is to clone our GitHub repo. So the command to use is git, so git space clone, CLONE, and then HTTPS colon / git up.com/nets Gen AI -labs. And then enter. So you'll see these messages. So calling into this new folder and remote, blah, blah, and then you have this receiving Delta 100% done. So that means that you are able to clone the whole GitHub repo to your local directory, to your home directory here. So that is this one. As you can see, this was modified 30 seconds ago because I just downloaded 30 seconds ago. So after that command, you should see these messages printed out. And on the left side in your home directory, you should see this Gen AI -labs folder. Are you able to see that? Okay. All right. So, and then you can double click this folder. You will see that I have a few notebooks. This icon indicates that's a notebook. We could click the first one. Actually, let's click this README file. And well, not the best, but this is essentially to tell you what these notebooks are. The first is the start here. That's the setup guide that basically introduced the Tiber Cloud environment. And the next one is the handwritten digit recognition example I was talking about last week. And then the next 3 examples are the real notebooks that you can run Intel Tiber Cloud. So the first one is actually I should say all of the last 3. This Intel optimized PyTorch on Intel Tiber Cloud is the very first example you could run. So that's this introduction to PyTorch. Okay, so when you double click this notebook, it's gonna load it open to this tab. And also it give you this prompt for you to choose, we call it kernel. So the kernel here in this Python notebook is just have a way to specify an environment where some pre-built libraries and packages have been installed. You should choose this PyTorch GPU. There are many other kernels, you should just ignore them. Just choose this PyTorch GPU. You don't have to click this to set as always start. You could do that, but I'll just leave it. If I select that, I should see this PyTorch GPU is selected as the current kernel. Of course, you can click that and choose a different one, but this is the one we want to have here. Do you follow me? Okay. And then this is the first Python notebook that you can run on Intel GPU. As I briefly explained, this Python notebook is just a mixture of nodes and Python code cells. It has information about what this program is about, and also these lightly colored these cells, these are the actual code that you could run. You notice that every single example and the later lab assignments will give you these kind of Python notebooks. So how to run it? Here, this blue bar is indication where the current step of your execution is. You can do this, as it says, run this cell and advance. So if you click, it's gonna run this cell and advance to the next one. And because this cell and the next cell both are kind of markdown document, so they are not actual code, so it's not really run. You just step over that, and then you can keep doing. You can of course read these notes. So here is the first cell you will run. So you notice here the star, that means the system is busy. Also, it's indicated here. Just now you saw the PyTorch GPU kernel was busy because this several lines of code was put to the GPU for execution. So PyTorch is the library we use most often. And we first check the PyTorch version of it. And then we use this device function to check if Intel GPU is available. And because when we launched this whole Jupyter lab, we chose to connect to GPU. The reason you are able to connect and have this environment running, that means you are allocated, or your Python environment in the notebook is able to access the GPU. And we chose this PyTorch GPU. So you would expect that this line will succeed. And it shows that using the device XPU. XPU is the device name for Intel to represent that a GPU is used in this code. So when we see XPU, that means you have a GPU connected and accessible to this notebook. All right, so you can then move on to execute next code block or cell. This is to print out some tensors, essentially an important data unit in machine learning applications. And it can also do matrix multiplication using the GPU as the device. And then you can keep stepping through. This code is a very simple image classification model that we instantiate using a CNN model, and then you can train the model using training data on this GPU. So this process will continue. You can see that this shows your kernel is busy. Also, this icon is showing you the status is busy. And this star here is showing you that this code block, this cell is being executed. So the minimal execution is a whole cell. So this whole block is being executed. And of course, you know that this is starting the training process. It's going to take a few minutes for this to complete. And then you can see that accuracy of the newly trained model is about 97% of accuracy. So I encourage you to run through this and see if you have any issues. And you should have no issues executing this example, and in fact, any of these examples by using PyTorch GPU. So Sage and we have been testing these, many times. The challenge I think I mentioned that is these software packages, they evolve so rapidly. So the versions, sometimes they have to be exactly matched. Otherwise, there's some dependency issues, some runtime errors. So I actually spent quite some time to fix those and verify those. But yeah, so this is the first one you can run. This is gonna take a few minutes to finish. While this one is running, you can browse other example. Let me open up this second notebook. This is the one that I would like you to run this week, if not today. This is the example that we actually adapt from another open source repository to show you the basics of using a large language model using this Hugging Face transformer libraries. We need to run this on Tiber, which are already here. And also for this example, you need to have your Hugging Face account set up. Once you create a free account on Hugging Face, you also need to make sure that you have the access to the LLM models that we test in this example. We test Gamma example model and also Llama 2 model. So you need to head over to the model page to click the license agreement so that you are given your grant access to these models. We will download these models to the local machine, which is the Tiber Cloud under your account. So you need to get the approval to access these two models. Also, you need to have a Hugging Face token set up. Token is a way for Hugging Face to authenticate your Python notebook. Because when you run this notebook, you're running from the Tiber Cloud. So how does Hugging Face know that it's you that running this? That's done through this Hugging Face token. There's a guide that's linked here. You can read that guide to create a token on Hugging Face. Then you generate the Hugging Face access token. And preferably you can set token to be not only read permission, you have the write permission. So if you want to save it. Once you have the token, you need to save the token in a safe place, a safe document that you can access. So for me, I'll save it in a separate file. When I need to use it, I'll open the file and I copy paste because it's a very long string. And similar to the earlier notebook, we have at the beginning some import to install necessary packages, and also we need another line to install dependencies. This is where you will be asked about your Hugging Face token. So that's where you need to copy paste. And then when you have entered that, you will be able to log into Hugging Face Hub, and then you can proceed to the next steps. This is where you select the model. We start with this Gamma 2. You can choose other ones. And then again, you choose the GPU as the device. And then we use the transformer library to load the tokenizer from this model and also the model itself, the pre-trained model. Then the next few lines are some examples. You can send prompts, inputs to the model, and then get results back. So I want to explain this a little bit. These several lines are very simple, but you see here, the prompt is just a regular text input. We will call this tokenizer, which is part of the transformer library, to encode that prompt and then send up tokens into to the device, which is the GPU. Recall that I mentioned the text you put into the box will be broken down into tokens. If you use the web interface of ChatGPT, the web interface will basically send that line to the backend, which will then tokenize the input. For your program, this line is doing that. So you basically break down that into tokens. And the next line is the query part. The model is the one you download it to your local, and then you call this generate function given the input tokens. And you can specify the max new tokens. That's in fact give you the number of tokens as the outputs completion size. Yeah.
So kind of a general question on tokens.
Yeah.
You said like input tokens and output tokens. Are those like allocated to either, or is it like a pool of tokens and the longer your question, the dumber your answer?
So it's a vocabulary that's already tokenized. So they will look at that. So for specific words, that'll be mapping to a token. And conversely, when the token is given as an output, that output token will be mapped into the words of that vocabulary.
So like the number of tokens is like the more nuanced.
Yeah, so the number of tokens depends on the tokenizer that the model can choose to use. Different model may use different tokenizers. So the dictionary, the mapping may be different. But once you have the tokenizer of that model, you will then be able to use that same tokenizer for encoding and decoding.
Okay.
Yeah, so like translating English words to token and then later translating the tokens back to English words.
Yeah, and the model will operate based on the tokens, right?
Yeah, the models will operate on the tokens, not the English word. Okay. Yeah, so this 3 steps are a good example how this prompt and completion is done. So I encourage you. So after you run this first introduction, I think it's still doing the training process, and then you can run through this example. We also have another example, this Gamma XPU fine tune. We just got it verified early today. So this is one step further. We use this example to demonstrate how to fine tune pre-trained model. I think 3 weeks from today, we'll talk about fine tuning, but this is what you can try even before that. Just run through it. We're going to explain more what is fine tuning and how we actually do that. So we just provide this as another exercise you can try later, not necessarily this week. I think this week you need to be able to run the introduction and these LLM basics with Hugging Face. So these 2, I really hope that you can finish trying this week. These are not lab assignments. These are just exercises for you to get familiar with this total new Tiber AI Cloud environment. And if you're new to notebooks, this is the good examples that you can start with. Okay.